Welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video, I'm just gonna talk about how you become your next version. So, without further ado, let's just get into it. So, there is actually a difference between your current version and your future self. What I actually mean by that is when it comes to actually you building your goal, getting to the next level in your business, in your life, you have to almost, build this new identity. You have to become this new version of yourself who already has it, who already has the income, who already has the client, who already has everything that he or she wants, right? So you have to merge and become one with this identity, because if you don't, you end up sabotaging every time you're trying to get to the next level in your business, in your life. You keep hitting an invisible ceiling, and this ceiling is actually very, very real. And a lot of people don't really talk about this. They think it's the strategy, it's putting more hours, doing more outreach, doing more calls, but you do those things and you do it in a way that isn't efficient or isn't helpful. And as soon as like you see a little bit of success, your brain literally sabotages it and you just go back to what is familiar, what is normal. So you have to create this new reality. So I mean, like, you have to create this new identity where it feels normal for you to do those, essentially do those things, right? So, and doing them at a high level, because it's not really about knowing, because you probably know what you need to be working on, but you're not working on those things and you keep procrastinating it, you keep putting it off. And in order for you to actually get to the next level, you have to build this new identity. You have to ask yourself, what is that version of me, the successful version of me? How would they think? How would they feel? How would they act? Who do you become? You have to become this new self-image, how you view yourself as an operator. So let me ask you this question. How do you view yourself as an operator? Do you see yourself as someone who trying to hit their goal? Like, even the word saying like trying to get to this level, trying to, hit that revenue goal, it means that it's coming from a point of view or from a framing that you don't already have it. Whereas if you switch the language to you already have this is normal. So you start normalizing it and taking a step back and actually doing the identity audit, where who you need to be or who you need to become at all time, so that it feels completely normal for you to hit those revenues, for you to be in the best shape of your life, to have amazing relationship, things like that. Whatever your goal is, you have to like take a step back and ask yourself who that version is and become that version. How would they think? Would they have scarcity around, let's say, money or things like that? Chances not, right? So ask yourself, what would that successful version or successful identity of yours, how would they look like? What would they be thinking? What would they be doing on a daily basis? Like, literally writing down in detail and almost like you embody this new identity. And when you do that, chances are like limiting beliefs and fear actually comes up. So it is so important for us to actually identify, overcome, remove, and replace these limiting beliefs. But the hardest part actually is, where do these limiting beliefs actually come from? Because we have limiting beliefs, and it is our job to, I guess, like identify them. And identifying them is usually the hardest part, right? Something you could do is like find out what is actually stopping you from making those phone calls, what is actually stopping you from talking to more leads or launching that offer, or whatever that you know that you need to be doing but you've been avoiding it for a long time, right? So be completely honest with yourself, and chances are a limiting belief comes up, and we want to find out what is that earliest childhood memory that this belief was actually formed. And usually it is between the age of 3 to 10-year-old version of you. So you want to really go back into that specific memory and find out where they come from and remove and replace them. And the other thing is fear. Again, limiting belief and fear, usually these two stop us from getting to the next level because our brain actually likes what is familiar. So in order for us to actually hit our next goals or hit our goals, we have to become familiar with this new identity. We have to start normalizing it and treat it as this is who we are in the now. The version of you who's already doing that revenue goal that they're doing, the version of you who's in the best shape of their life, who has amazing relationship and things like that. You have to become that future version in the now. That means you have to borrow their thought process, their belief system, their action, behavior, habits. Start thinking, start feeling, start acting, and start walking like that version of you in the now. And you have to come from a point of view that you already have it. Not like you trying to get it, because the law of the universe, like when you try to get something, it means that you don't have it. So it's coming from lack, it's coming from scarcity. And that's what that thing that you want keeps moving away from you. So in order for you to actually manifest it, you have to come from a point of view that you already have it in the now for it to actually manifest. So change the language of how you go after your goals and start practicing gratitude. When you practice gratitude, you are coming from a point of view of having it. Meaning, let's say you want to get in the best shape of your life, you have to be grateful that you already are in that best shape, like specific weight, the body fat percentage, let's say 8 to 10%, maybe 68 kg or 70 kg, like whatever those numbers are, you have to see and visualize yourself as already being that version of yourself and completely have that mental image. You see it, you feel it, you hold that mental image in your mind, and you already are grateful that this is you. And then you naturally going to make an action plan to get there. How many times a week you're training, what sort of training you're doing, how much you eat, perhaps like you calculating your macros and all that sort of stuff, so you know your calorie intake. That's exactly what you need to do, and then you reverse engineer basically how to get there. But you have to create that mental image in your mind that this is who you are in the now. So start practicing visualization, start seeing yourself as that version of you in the now. The more and more you do this, the better. You can do the same thing with your business. So if you have a business goal that you want to hit a certain revenue, you have to become one with that future version of you who is in a cosmos, who is already doing those numbers, right? So you have to get crystal clear what that would look like for you specifically when you hit your revenue goal. What would it look like? What would it feel like? What does your day-to-day basis actually look like? You have to almost like embody that new identity, and you have to get rid of any limiting beliefs, any fear or worries that is stopping you from hitting your next level, and you become one with this new identity. So you almost have to say goodbye to that old self, that old version of you that is no longer going to help you get to the next level, and you have to create this new identity, and you have to become one with that version of you. Because if you're in between, it's the worst place to be. You have to pick. Do you want to keep living the same life that you always lived, or do you want to create that new reality? So you have to reinvent yourself. You have to build this new identity and become one with it. And that's how you bridge the gap. And we do this through hypnosis, we do this through visualization, through overcoming all these limiting beliefs that no longer serves us, limiting belief, fear, self-doubt, completely getting rid of those to a point that you no longer really identify yourself as that version of you. If you found this video was helpful, hit the like and subscribe for more. And I'll be releasing more videos similar to this. And if you want to have an identity rewire audit, I have linked my calendar link below. Feel free to book in a call with me, and we'll do an identity rewire audit to see how we can actually get you to the next level and identify, remove, and replace all those limiting beliefs and fear from your mind. I'll look forward to speaking to you on the next one, and Talk to you soon.